And now we're doing it. Okay, I was thinking about global warming. Uh, I do have this claim. It's not just something that I make up. I mean, oh, okay, global warming's a problem. Well, explain to me the situation. And, well, Neil did. He said, well, the stuff at the North Pole, that's not a problem. All they are, big old icebergs floating in the water. 90% of them are already in the water, and that's the water levels. It's the stuff that's sitting on land, Antarctica. Stuff that are in the southern hemisphere. I'm sure they got a bunch of mountains with a bunch of ice and snow on top of them, just like we have in Switzerland and Canada and Siberia and Alaska. We got a bunch of ice up there too that gets to melt, and then the water levels are going to come up. So why not do something about it? Here's an idea. Get big old ice cutting machines. It can't be that hard. You know, chainsaws will probably do it, huge ones like, cranes and stuff, and cut out big blocks that are approximately the same size as shipping containers. Except these guys get wrapped in some sort of plastic water collection, so as the ice melts, it gets collected and drained into the ship water holding tanks, so that when the ship pulls into port, it's got a whole bunch of water that they can pump up into the city reservoir. And meanwhile, Army helicopters, which also may limit the size and shape of the ice cubes that you make, and pick up those blocks and run up the river with them. Like the river that dumps down there at the port where the ships come in? Yeah, well, you go up that river, and every time you come to a reservoir, you dump some of the ice cubes in the reservoir. And as you go up the river, everybody gets it. I mean, how long would it take? How much ice can we hack out of Alaska before we got to fill up to Lake Mead again? Oh yeah, it's going to be expensive, but it's not getting us expensive water that people can drink and making sure we got plenty of it. It's doing our part to stop this global warming. Besides that, taking the ice out of there will, affect the jet stream so that the weather patterns will change. Well, so what? The way they're going now, we're not all too happy with. Yes, I mean, I realize there's going to be an awful lot of water. People will not have any water restrictions because you know what? There's going to be another shipment coming in from Alaska and tapped off reservoirs. It'll work. We can ship it. I don't know, because I figure the shipping containers having that much ice that tightly patched together would keep itself cold anyways. And they're going to be in these black bags that collect the water anyways. I mean, really, you pick them up with a helicopter and they're going upriver. They're going to melt. Well, collect that water in these bags, and when you get to a reservoir on the way up, you stop and drain off the water, even if it's just in a water tower type of thing. So what? Can't stop global warming. It's happening. This is not just complaining about global warming. It's coming up with a plan to do something about it. All right, we got a footnote here. Still going to help the climate, and it's going to get things started for what would be like the International Space Station, where all countries are contributing, especially places like China, who are still burning coal and contributing to the whole global warming thing. Well, the way I look at it, third world countries who do not have the money or the technology can provide people to work their ice mines and ships, and local construction companies can help build bigger reservoir to get this thing in motion. Yes, it's like the International Space Station. It's not going to be a thing of return on our dollars right away, but it will control global warming. Come on, taking the cold from up here and moving water down here, reclaiming the Sahara rainforest, which I'm pretty sure at one time that was like very vegetative, fertile ground, and then all of a sudden there's a deluge of water. That's a whole nother video. But the whole point is controlling the weather, doing something about global warming besides complaining and putting restrictions on our livelihoods and ability to enjoy life, man. It's like this will solve the problem. It will redistribute cold and warm regions and moisturize the equator It will give us different weather patterns. Before we go forward, I suppose they could do some computer projection models, but I'm pretty sure it'll make the extreme weather conditions not so extreme. All right, so to me, it's a solution to a problem that all you people are doing is just complaining. Okay, bye. So, okay, so we're done now. Okay, so we go back over here.